So she's like, do you know where you're at? I'm like South Sac? She's like, no, do you know where you're at? I'm like, Sacramento. Like I'm just, and then she's like, no, do you know like what neighborhood this is? I'm like, yeah, kind of. No, I really don't know actually. And I was like, at that point I was like, I'm not going to play like I'm a Superman here. I was like, you know what? Actually, I don't. I'm just really interested in buying this house. That's what I do. I buy houses so I can fix them up and put nice families like your family inside of it. Oh, really? Yeah. I mean, if I fix this up, would you want to live in it? Well, yeah, come on over. Let me show you. So she opens the front door, which, by the way, was like this, just plywood. It wasn't even there. So she, opens it up, and I'm like, is there anyone inside? She's like, no, we run them all off. So she walks me inside, and she shows me the entire house. I'm like, yeah, she runs them all off, yeah. Again, not a smart idea walking inside a vacant house with a lady, so something could happen. You know, just wrong. Anyway, just wasn't thinking. But nothing did happen, obviously. But she tells me everything about the house. All I need to know. Why the owner's not there anymore, what happened to him, she doesn't know where I can find him, but she knows where her family member is. She says, down the street, it's like a turquoise house on the right-hand side. So I go down the turquoise house. No one was home, but anyway, it was crazy stuff. So be careful, but neighbors do know a lot, but also at the same time, be wise.
Is there a recording now?
Yeah.
So you could maybe turn on a recorder in that situation?
Great situation.
Just to protect yourself?
That's a great thing. Actually, I do record now. Not because of that reason, but I do record. Because of my tenants? Yeah, no. Just because I knew I was going to be doing a training at some point in the future. That's why I record. But also, something to keep in mind if you do a recording app is that to put your phone on airplane mode. Because if a phone call comes through, guess what? It shuts the recording off, even if it's on silent. I had a great door approach. I'm like, oh, this is golden. Just give me all the information. This is what I tell people about. No one's going to believe me. And then I get back to the car. I'm like, what? 3 minutes calls. Never recorded. So I lost it all. So what do you say? So this is what I say to people. I'm wondering what happened to if I have the person's name. So I'm wondering what happened because I'm interested in buying their house. This is what I'm talking to the neighbor. And then I also say, I'm sure you're tired of it looking like that. And if it's just run down, I always point to it. I'm like, I'm sure you're tired of it looking like that. And how it invites the wrong kind of people around here. So one of those two things are always going to give me conversations. I remember one time I was with Eric. And I asked that to a lady. I said, I'm sure you're tired of it looking like that and the wrong kind of people. What did she say? Do you remember that house?
Yeah. She gave us the number. She gave you the number. She was all happy.
Well, yeah, she gave us that information. But before that, she said, oh, yeah, just last night the cops were out here because someone was in the backyard fooling around. So neighbors are always, they're always looking out to how they can protect their neighborhood, especially their house. So security is an issue. If a house is just looking like it's run down, it invites the wrong type of people out here, they're going to be concerned about that. They might be the ones calling code enforcement or the police or the sheriff. So you can get on their side of the fence. So you want to have them be your ally. So you're both looking at the house as like an opposition, like, oh, I can't believe this house is like that. Can't believe this house is causing so much trauma, so much drama in the neighborhood. So that's what you want to do. And sometimes I don't roll with my kids anymore like I used to. I'm more of an investor now, but I used to roll up as a dad. Here's my kids, we're just looking for a house for our family. To buy as an investment. I never say that, but that's what it's for. So you guys want to watch a video? Any questions about this so far?
What do you do when you run into negative neighbors?
Gosh, that's a good question. I don't think I've ever really ran into like a negative neighbor. Do you have an example of how that happened?
Yeah, just knocking on the doors next to and get out of here, I don't want anything. Just screaming at me.
Yeah, I've never.
Like, okay, next.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Neighbor, and they were negative, and the next neighbor they were negative.
Well, you gotta.
Thinking, man, what are they protecting here?
You gotta ask what that guy did, what their neighbor did.
So it turns out, I finally went to, I guess it was about the 6th neighbor.
Yeah.
Oh, they live right here. They just moved 2 houses away.
Oh wow.
So I did find them.
I think Alexis McGee on one of her meetups talked about that too. And she says that she just walks right up to him. Hey, I'm sorry, I know you don't want me here, but I'm looking here to help this family out. And she said I always put something different back onto them.
Yeah. She can get away with that. She's a woman.
Yeah, that didn't work for me. I tried that.
If you're a man walking straight up back to something like someone's aggressive, you're like, what's up, dude?
That guy was really.
Might not work. But honestly though,
He fibbed and everything.
I've never had a negative neighbor.
I've-
trying to think.
I've had civil
Just tennis.
protective ones.
Yeah. Bad luck on tennis, man.
But it was fine, it didn't bother me.
Yeah, I mean, you got tough skin, you know.
If you don't get a few of those on a Saturday or whatever your second day is, you're not doing it right.
So here's a line. Oh, let me pause this real quick.
But then again,
I'm really trying to rack my brain here. Like, I've never really run into like a negative neighbor who's just like throwing me off their porch.
yeah, I've had a bunch of them.
Not from a
On the
neighbor
same
standpoint.
house, it's usually not, you know, it's all tied to one house.
That's interesting, yeah.
It's not, you know, one good, one bad, one good, it's like a bunch of them. So which made me really suspicious.
Yeah, that's why I asked, like, what did the guy do to make everyone so upset, or what did he tell them to do to protect? So here's one where I was a dad with my boy. Little Sunday afternoon stroll with this kid. Well, the wife is with the in-laws, so my wife is saying hi to to my mother-in-law. We are out looking at property. Just got the information for a phone number for a lady, and Coach Pat Martin, you're gonna love this. So he dropped the line. I'm gonna try not to talk too loud because she's probably still out in the front yard. But I said, "Oh yeah, she's not a school teacher still, is she?" "Oh yeah, actually she just retired from that." Imagine that. She used to be a school teacher, so that line actually worked. She's no longer a school teacher. She's now an accountant at Yuba City Steel. So now I know where she's at. But anyway, funny thing is that line actually worked. So because, or actually it was like a school teacher that she used to be at the high school just down the street here. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you. One of the famous lines I use to find information. Now I'm gonna call her. So one of the coaches that I had, his name was Pat Martin. He said, when you're going and you're talking to people on their doorstep, you ask the question, "Oh, you know, let's say her name is Betty. You know, is Betty still teaching at the high school?" And they automatically start to think like, "Oh, maybe this is one of Betty's students coming to say hi," or something like that. And all of a sudden they're really like responsive. They want to be helpful and stuff like that. Well, this just happened to be that this lady was a school teacher. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I don't use that line anymore. You're more than welcome to use it if you feel comfortable using it. But it was, this one actually, she was a school teacher. But I found out where she worked. She worked at Yuba City School. She was going through a divorce, or Yuba City Steel. She was going through a divorce, and she ended up reinstating the property. So that one, we didn't buy that one. But yeah, so it's, if you're looking to break the ice, sometimes you can use that line. And you'll hear that in some of my door approaches that we'll listen to, that's, I use that line with people. Let's go on. The very next one is for us to listen to a door approach. So you guys want to hear this door approach? All right. This one's actually me talking to a neighbor at a property. Hi. Do you know what happened to the owners here?
It's been empty for as long as I've lived here.
Oh, how long has that been?
A year.
A year?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's been vacant since then.
Maybe
I
they
know that it's on the list for
foreclosure.
yeah, I saw that list.
That's how I saw it.
the
Yeah,
auction
yeah.
list.
So, alrighty.
I know there's a fire in there a couple months ago though.
Oh, was it really? Were there squatters in there?
Yeah, there was, not anymore.
Not anymore?
They started a fire one day.
Yeah. Hey guys. Beautiful dogs.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all good. So you've been here a year, you said, and nothing?
Huh? Yeah, there's been nothing. There's a bunch of people taking pictures of it,
Yeah, I bet.
but that's about it.
Okay.
You guys?
Thanks so much.
No problem, sorry.
That's all right. House is all boarded up and everything, so. Gotta see if I can find them. Maybe they died or something, I don't know. Padded up. Nice big yard. There's a lockbox on the house, so it's probably from the the lender, whoever has it. Warning, this property has been found to be vacant, unsecured. M&M Mortgage Services, yeah. So, private property, it's managed by Remax. So the crazy thing about this house, is there's a fire on it, is that they had a auction set for April. That's a really bad fire damage. Shoot. The house was set for April, and I bet you it went to auction because they have a Remax agent on it, and they just never recorded the deed. Several different lock boxes here. So I wonder if I can track down the owners. There's 3 different lock boxes on this house. That is crazy. So let me comment on this property. Eric, were you with me when we went driving? We saw the guy mowing the lawn. No, that was somebody else that was with me. Okay, I was treating somebody else with. So I went driving for dollars, and this particular house that I'm talking about right now, there was a dude out mowing the lawns, and he is the yard landscaper for like 5 or 6 different mortgage companies, and he has properties from Stockton all the way up to Weed. So I got his phone number and his information. He's like, yeah, I'll give you all the lists, all the properties I have on there. I was like, yeah, if I end up buying any of them, I'll give you some money. He's like, sure, man. So great resource. Great resource.
Guy in the little red pickup truck.
It was a white pickup truck, yeah.
White one. I ran into that guy too.
2 like small little slats of wood that he like rolls his lawnmower up onto. I mean, he's just a young guy with a shaved head, and just like maybe 20 years old, just a young kid. Okay, yeah. So yeah,
How would you get in contact with somebody like that besides just running?
it was just happenstance.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you're out in the field, man,